Hey everybody, this is Josh from CollectionDX.com here with another review. This time it's another JMBricklayer set. This is the modern classic vehicle Silver Cloud mock. So I think mock is like an original creation. It is part of the Civilization Industrial Times and it's 1,096 pieces. So obviously this is kind of molded off of a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, but it is not a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow. But it looks like a fun kit, and I am going to build it. So stay tuned and watch the build. All right, let's open this up. Looks like it just comes out here. Excellent. Ooh, shiny. Jesus, parts everywhere. So obviously, find all your parts before you put this together. So here is the finished build. It is obviously an unlicensed vehicle, but it is a 1964 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud convertible. I think they call it technically a Type 3 based on the headlights, but it's a pretty accurate rendition, I would say. There's a lot of fun things in the build. It's a pretty solid build. It went together pretty well. A lot of fun little details that we'll talk about and just show you. And we'll start out by looking at the engine compartment. So notice that you can actually open up either side of the engine compartment, and you can actually see some of the mechanisms working for the steering in there through the compartment, which is kind of interesting. I don't know how or if it is at all accurate engine-wise to the Rolls-Royce. They may not have some transparent dots in the original. The tires are rubber, rolls really smoothly. But then the wheels move, they turn, but not with the steering wheel. In a real weird decision, they use this little table here to turn the wheels. Kind of strange, but okay. We'll go with it. Being unlicensed means that maybe you can do whatever you want. Yeah. So the interior is a lot of detail in the interior, and there is some little movement here, whether it's intentional or not, that gives you a better look at the interior. So we have these sun visors that go up, some gauges there. You can see there's pedals on the ground, which is kind of fun. There's a gas pedal and a brake pedal. It's a little soda can in the cup holder. There's some nice detail on the doors here, including door levers. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's actually a little shift lever right on the steering wheel, which is tilt steering. So those open pretty easily and pretty well. This seat also tilts forward a little bit, and you have movable trays for your cocktails and Grey Poupon. Kind of fun there. And in the back, you have an opening trunk with a spare tire. There's also a little joint here in the trunk here. This tire is not really removable once you might be able to move it once the build is out, but it's also a different type of tire. This one's all knobby, like a off-road dirt one, and these are kind of smoother. I enjoyed the build. I liked all the chrome parts. The chrome parts were really cool. There's some interesting ways that they achieved, like the grille and the front end, like the dual headlights. That's actually a rubber band around there, so that was interesting. Few places where I'm a little let down in terms of the design. One, of course, is this whole steering assembly that you have to use this weird tray with money on it to steer the wheels. Another thing is it is a very boxy design. So there's a lot of interesting things going on. I mean, it's very sort of rigid and sharp and square in a lot of places. Whether you care about that, it's up to you. But like, for example, I can see in to the trunk here a little bit, unless I kind of push this in a little more, maybe. Yeah, no, I can still see into the trunk there. And then kind of lastly, and this isn't a big deal, but I just noticed that, like, no detail on the bottom. Like, it is just flat panels. Again, I guess who cares, right? But, you know, on a higher end model, perhaps you would see some detail on the undercarriage that just kind of shows that. And my last little nitpick, so tiny, is that on the front here, you use this chrome stud to put the hood ornament on here, but the bottom of the chrome stud is not chromed because it's the bottom of the stud. Maybe I should turn that around, but that's the way the instructions show it. So maybe it goes the other way. I don't know. But yeah, this was, again, it's a fun build. I don't build cars often, and this is a JMBricklayer car. It's pretty cool. I liked it. I want to thank them for the opportunity. There are links in the description if you want to get one of these for yourself. Otherwise, that's about it. This is Josh from CollectionDX.com saying thank you for watching, and do you have any Grey Poupon?